not wearing my seatbelt today because fuck your rules. Anyway, running for Congress, and I'm filling out all these questionnaires, you know, for newspaper, TV, different voter information sites, and a lot of them are similar questions, you know, like what are you going to do about healthcare? What are you going to do about housing? What are you going to do about, you know, manufacturing? What are you going to do about the economy? And a lot of these questions, my initial response is just shake my head, and the first thought is, why the hell is the government involved in this stuff? Like, why is the government involved in healthcare? Well, I kind of know why. Because, you know, back in the day, people would go to the healthcare store and be like, hey, healthcare store, I'd like to buy some healthcare. And they'd pay their money, and the doctor would do their thing, and call it a day. You know, regular free market shit. But, you know, there's some bad doctors, maybe some malpractice, maybe some scammers out there, maybe fake drugs, you know, maybe just back in the day, like, they used to just put opium and everything just to make people feel better. You know, some abuse. Not that they're not doing that today, right? But some things never change. So yeah, people demand that the government take action. So the government gets their grubby little fingers all up into healthcare, and once there are strings attached, it's very hard to cut the strings. And in fact, just the next thing that goes wrong in healthcare, once the government's already, you know, been tasked with tackling some of the issues, people just turn to them for everything else. You know, well, you should do something about the insurance. You should do something about the cost. You should do something about, you know, rural hospitals. Then all of a sudden it's just the government's responsibility for everything. And the government will gladly take control of whatever you give it. So when people wonder, you know, why is the government so involved with something like healthcare? You gave them the power to be involved. Maybe not you personally, but I mean, you voted for the people that did it. And so now you've got me running for Congress, fucking truck driver that could potentially be making healthcare decisions for everybody across the United States of America. Like, is that what you wanted when you gave away those freedoms? Me to make all your healthcare decisions for you? Like, I don't even want that. Like, why did you give away the power to make your own decisions to the government? I get it. I mean, it's a responsibility. People want less responsibility. But that's just not a good idea, man, because you think you're giving your choice, your responsibility away to this big, powerful, smart entity called the government. The problem is the government is made up of regular people like me. Shout out to Coach Greg Adams. Regular. It's not some, like, smart, all-powerful, you know, organization that's always going to make the correct decisions. It's normal people like me who are maybe not even that informed about healthcare, who are going to just vote a certain way to spend money on certain things and make your decisions for you. Like, at the end of the day, like, I just can't see how this is what people want. Like, maybe it is, like, it's some weird alternate universe, but you've got to realize what the government is. Like, it's just people. And all you're doing when you give power to choose to the government is you're taking things out of your own hands and putting it in the hands of regular people like me. And the other problem is that as soon as somebody gets into Congress, like all of a sudden you've got all these lobbyists and special interest groups trying to bribe you. And I'm poor. Well, maybe not poor. I mean, I'm such a successful truck driver, but I mean, it's very hard to be like, you know, Pfizer says, I'll give you $1 million, you know, to your campaign if you vote a certain way. Technically, they're not supposed to do that, but I'll fucking bet they do. You know, so not only do you have just regular people making your decisions for you, but now you've got corrupted regular people making your decisions for you about really important shit. Like, I don't know, your healthcare, the economy, housing, all this stuff that, honestly, we are not experts on. Like, you can study up on it and get better at it, but does everybody in Congress do that? I doubt it, especially when these bills are thousands of pages long. You know, they're just voting what the lobbyists who pay them tell them to vote. So, yeah, that's why when I'm getting these questions at forums and or questionnaires and things like that, I'm just shaking my head, and like my first answer to everything is the government should not be involved with this in the very first place, and the solution to most of the problems is getting the government out of it. Because do you really want me making all these big decisions for you? Think about it.